Let's talk about broad knives real quick, shall we? This is called a broad knife. Okay? Now you saw I used the 3-inch. And you may think, hey, phooey on that. I can use a 6-inch fine now. I don't need to use a 3-inch. Well, you know, it's nice to have a 3-inch and maybe even a 4-inch when you're mixing the mud up in your pan for your quick set and that kind of stuff. You know, so they have a 3-inch. They also have a 4-inch like this. And then you also got a 6-inch like this. You also have an 8-inch like this. Okay, then it graduates to something a little bit different for a 10-inch and a 12-inch for when you're floating. I'll show you a 12-inch later. But for the time being, you know, if you want to start investing in some tools, this 3-inch is a really cheap 3-inch putty knife. This is a steel one, and it's going to rust after a while. But to get you going, you can buy one of these for $3 or so. Okay? But if you know you're going to do some quite a few patches, you might want to get a stainless steel one of these. And those cost a lot more. Now this one here, this is a stainless steel one. You could maybe get a metal one like this for cheaper. This one was still only like $8. This is not going to rust. It's going to last a long time if you keep it nice and keep track of it and take care of it, okay? So, you know, stainless steel knives are really the way to go. Let's talk about knives again. Broad knives. Look at this one. This is plastic. And before you start thinking, hey, I'll just use that. You buy these at the store with a 6-inch, 4-inch, 3-inch, 1.5 all together. You know, you think you're gonna use that. You know, think twice about that for doing stuff like this, because with the quick set, it's harder to work with quick set once it's starting to set up. So for that reason alone, I wouldn't suggest using plastic knives like this. I mean, they come in handy in certain times, like around a door jamb or something like that. If you needed 3.5 inch and you got a 5-inch, you could trim off one side with some tin snips or something like that. You know, but you know, don't get that cheap to do your job. The cheaper you go, the worse off you're going to be. Okay,